get started. This is a regularly scheduled board meeting of the Edgewood City School District. Ms. Bowers, you please call the roll.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft.
Present.
Mrs. Lori Barnes.
Present.
Mr. Kevin Fall.
Present.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt.
Present.
Mr. John Thomas.
Present.
Could you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and then remain standing? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please bow your heads. Father God, we come to you with praise and thanks, given to you freely for the God you are, the God of the mountain and the God of the valley. We're gathered this evening with a purpose to delegate, negotiate, budget, and organize this school district. I pray that every conversation be filled with honesty, hope, and grace to the purpose of understanding that the children's, the families, and the future of our community are those benefactors of these decisions. Father, we ask your blessing of continued protection and talent throughout this district, that they be strengthened and a blessing placed over every building. Lord, as we look forward to the changing seasons, may the staff, faculty, and board be steadfast and full of grace. Lord, we seek your will and your blessing. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. First up is approval of the agenda. Mrs. Bowers. Is there a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Right. Mr. Messerschmidt, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Fall. Ms. Bowers, you call the roll, please.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt.
Yes.
Mr. Kevin Fall.
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes.
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
And I see we have no presentations tonight.
I thought I got an email that there was a presentation tonight. Virtual Academy.
He sent out a newsletter.
Oh, okay, just a newsletter.
I copied it, you got it in your email.
Okay.
Okay. And then public participation's next. We don't have public. Thank you for coming. 5 of you, 6. So we'll go right to treasure items. Mrs. Bowers.
I'd like to ask first for a motion to approve the board minutes from the June 29th, 2026 meeting.
Is there a motion to approve the board meetings from the June meeting?
So moved.
Mr. Messerschmidt, is there a second?
Second. Go ahead.
Mrs. Barnes. You call the roll, please.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt.
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes.
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Mr. Kevin Fall.
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I'd like to ask next for a motion to approve the June 2026 financial reports.
Is there a motion to approve the financial reports from June as presented?
So moved.
Mr. Thomas, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Fall. Is there any discussion on this item?
Over $1 million in profit. What you said, I've been commenting on the positive, more income than expenditures. This month is over $1 million more. So,
One of the better ones I've seen here in the last. Good job, man.
So are all these POs, I'm assuming, are just normal POs for next year?
Yeah.
Like if it's,
Start up the year. Yep.
It doesn't make me feel so bad about my electric bill anymore.
I hear they're going up.
All right, if there's no more discussion, Ms. Bowers, you call the roll, please.
Mr. John Thomas.
yes.
Mr. Kevin Fall.
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes.
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt.
yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I'd like to ask for a motion to approve new fund special cost centers as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the new funds as presented?
So moved.
Mr. Fall, is there a second?
Second.
Mrs. Barnes. Is there any discussion on this item?
Yeah, tell us about these.
The 0019999, I set that up to have a place to log the pay to participate donations that are coming in. Just want to be able to put them in a separate line item by themselves for tracking purposes. The 536-9027, that is a federal grant that we were awarded. It is specific to the middle school. We are hiring one teacher. There may be some money there for a little tutoring as well. This came through, like I said, it's a federal grant, and it's to help only the middle school with the, we're writing up an improvement plan on that. The one right under that, the 572-9127, again, this is a little bit of title money, not as much, only $27,000. But again, this is all specific to the middle school, and we're hoping that this helps to improve their test scores.
It's a good amount of money.
I have another treasurer friend that told me when you get the non-competitive, the $100,000 one, it's a 3-year. I have not seen that in writing, but she is in her 2nd year of receiving it, so we're hopeful that that will continue to give us some help there in that building.
Yeah.
Great. Was there a specific criteria for the application?
Mrs. Beckett, do you want to talk about what we've written in the one plan for this?
Sure. It is because of our test scores with our students with disabilities.
Okay.
And so just certain districts in Ohio would receive those grants. So what we are doing, we have rewritten our delivery method of special education for students with disabilities. We had close to 50% of our students in resource rooms. They're coming out and coming back into the traditional classrooms with an extra block of support. So they're getting everything that they got before and a block and a half in a traditional classroom. Because the research shows that students have to be exposed to the regular curriculum in order to be successful. So we're flipping the script of what we're doing.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Mrs. Bowers, you call the roll, please.
Mr. Kevin Fall?
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes?
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt?
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the securely quote as presented.
Is there a motion for the securely quote as presented?
So moved.
Mr. Thomas, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Messerschmidt. Is there any discussion on this item?
I don't know if you saw my note down there. The Securely Aware is a student wellness and safety monitoring tool designed for K-12 schools, and it proactively scans students' digital activity for warning signs of mental health distress, bullying, self-harm, violence, and our administrators are notified if that is detected.
So it only detects off their school computer to flag admin.
I don't,
Their school,
It's
yeah,
the
their
email.
school email.
Just their school email.
Yeah.
so if you're getting your school email on your phone, it's,
It scans their email, their Google Docs, sheets, Google Slides. I saw it in action once last year at the high school. Mr. Gagan got an email, a student had sent an email about some things that, were concerning. They were able to call that student down right away and get the counselors involved.
What about inappropriate content?
That is another discussion. It will scan for inappropriate images. That would come down to setting up a place for those images to go, though, because I don't think that the building administrators would want possible nude images or something like that to show up on their device.
Yeah.
So we would have to come up with a operating procedure for that.
What about just inappropriate messaging?
Yes.
Okay.
It levels it, it tells you level 1, level 2. It spams the principals. I'll be honest with you, it's a big time consumer. And it's an algorithm, I'm sure it's AI and stuff. So, like the kid says, I'm so bored today I could just die. It flags it as suicidal. So, and you know what I'm saying? So sometimes the technology doesn't pick up on so we might get 30 of these a day. But it does flag them as like level 1, level 2, level 3, and someone's got to put eyes on them. And, there's times where we'll call kids down and there's times we just dismiss them. because, like I said, I'm so bored I could just die. You know, I could cry, I get a text or do an alert. But it does catch when kids are, you know, talking about things they shouldn't be, or maybe there's warning signs about bullying or abusive relationships, or talking about weapons, drugs. It's flagging things. But it's somebody has to spend a lot of time looking through all those emails.
So how long have we had this? Because I don't remember.
It's, yeah, if I could, it was included, under the old, like, securely is our web filtering that we get through SWOCA. It was included in that legacy program. It's now a purchase service, as of this year.
So how long have we been actually using this? How far back?
As far as I know, whenever we had securely, started securely, that's been 5 or 6 years ago now.
My old time's principal, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I just wanted to know in case anybody asks a question about it.
I just wrote a lawsuit against Lakota for inappropriate between a teacher and a student. The lawsuit is about them not monitoring that kind of contact on the school email, so I was wondering. We don't want to have that. Okay. Is there a, like, so when an administrator gets that, do they just like check mark it like it's like a red email, or?
We all get it.
Yeah,
I mean,
but-
all the administrators get them. They go to all the administrators in the building, and every building is basically someone's job to deal with those. Usually it's an assistant principal, and if it's serious enough, they'll come to me, or I'll go as the principal or superintendent. So
Okay.
yeah, everybody's got eyes on it.
I just want to like check it and then be done with it. And then
No, I guess since we've been using it for quite some time, it adheres to all our other policies and procedures or privacy statements, etc. And then I guess why are they all of a sudden starting to charge, or why wasn't that brought up to the, because I'm assuming we already currently pay a subscription or something for using securely. Why is this being called out separately
So,
now?
to my knowledge, as of now, SWOCA is covering the charge for the securely web filtering at this time. I know that there was talks that wouldn't continue, but for this year, SWOCA is going to continue to pay for the web filtering part. That was included originally, and then now it's an extra charge service for the aware.
I just want to make sure, because I guess before did our SWOCA or whoever was paying for it, obviously we probably had an agreement or some sort of statement. So we paid a set amount, and then all of a sudden, is this just being added on at the end? You know, do we need to go back and look at that other agreement and say it's already in here, or why?
I think we get a lot of things from SWOCA that are a package. One of the things I asked about, we didn't get billed for last year, was VPN access. We didn't have to pay for it, but if we did have to pay for it, we would have to pay for it because I access so many systems where I'm not here on grounds. If I'm out and get a text message from the bank that we use Positive Pay, and if there's a check going through that we haven't uploaded and told the bank we're submitting, they text me, and I've got till 1 o'clock to get on there and approve that check, or they just shut it all down. I don't feel comfortable accessing those types of systems or payroll or anything where I am not using that duo authentication. So,
Right.
but SWOCA's covering that cost for us right now. There could come a time when they don't, but we've done things like that before with SWOCA. We have a lot of packages with them. Our SCU, all of our student softwares, our payroll, all of it goes through them. And sometimes we'll get some things for free, but I don't know that we would want to not do this for $30,000 that
Sure, agreed, just wanted to ask.
someone's life.
I agree. I think I didn't realize it was, we've been using, I thought this was a new thing.
Yeah, their costs are going up just like ours, so everybody's
Maybe
looking.
that's why,
Yeah.
that's why they're charging now.
All right, is there any other discussion? Scott, would you call the roll, please?
Mr. John Thomas,
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt.
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes.
Yes.
Mr. Kevin Falk.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I'd like to ask for a motion to approve the donations as presented.
Is there a motion to approve the donations as we've been presented?
So moved.
Mr. Fall, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Messerschmidt. Is there any discussion on this item?
Is there a reason why the school calendar is attached on this?
That is actually a 7x9 magnet that is on there
That's the
for you to
magnet.
look at, that we want to, they
Oh,
wanna
so that's the
donate
magnet there.
3,000, that's the magnets, they
I
wanna
get you.
donate 3,000. The target is our elementary students, we no longer do those school calendars. That's just something a parent can throw up on their fridge, hey, there's no school today, this is Christmas break, this is spring break. More student-centered than staff-centered, but they wanted just to send them home with the kids so that the parent can throw it up on their fridge.
Yeah, that's very nice of the Huff Group to do that.
The other agenda item that they had on there was, welcome back baskets. This is to go in the teachers' lounges. They'd like to go in once a month and refill these. Just, few other things are coming down the pipe that they would wanna, focus like on cafeteria staff to do something for them and even transportation, but they just wanted to start with the teachers coming back, to do something nice for them, that there's something in their teachers' lounges.
That is very nice. And we've got the $1,000 for extracurricular anonymous.
Yes.
Whoever that is, thank you. And then Shelley Spears, the chemical removal.
Yes.
Again, very generous of her to do that. That's awesome.
Yes.
I think there might be an extra magnet for the board members.
Yep. I was hoping to have one today and we got on there and it's
I'm
still in shipping, so.
I know.
I'd like to have
Should
one.
be here on the
Those are
30th,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
All right, is there any other discussion? If not, Ms. Bowers, will you call the roll, please?
Mr. Kevin Fall.
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt.
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft.
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes. Yes. Mr. John Thomas.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. The next agenda item is informational items from the treasurer. We do have a lot more donations that are forthcoming. Several events taking place in the community to help our kids with school supplies. I want to thank everybody that's committing their time and their money and everything to do that for our students. So, I also wanted to thank our members of the ETA and our OC union. They came in and met with me week before last. I talked a lot about our medical premiums going up 6.5%. We were expecting 22.5% split across 2 years. So in January, 10.5% increase with an additional 12.5% increase the following year. But I got members of both bargaining units to come in. We worked with the EPC. We're actually going to switch our plan over and there will be a 2% savings in those medical premiums. We're going to continue on with VSP, but there's no change to the premiums there. So just thank them for their time for coming in and coming to the table so that we could do that. It's a win-win for the district and the employees. So we will be switching from Superior to dental. There are a lot more they cover. I think they said 88% of the state. That's one of the reasons I feel like we've gotten so far. Most of the dentists that we're hearing about, they're out of network. I mean, mine is, Alicia's, so having more coverage. We actually pulled up the dentist while they were there in the room, and there was no one in the room that was not able to find their dentist in network. So I think we had maybe 10 people come in or something, but I feel like this is a win-win for all of us. So just wanted to bring that up. That's all I have.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Philpott's last superintendent item.
Yeah, how about that? Can I keep my little name tag?
You
Don't
can.
have the little paper one anymore. Sharpie. You got me a real one, then I quit.
Yeah.
I just got a couple things, really, and I didn't know I even had one, the board policy, this is just the first read, I think there's some credit card, board policy regarding credit card changes. I think there are some guideline changes, so it's the first read for that. There's nothing vote on there. And then, so we'll vote on that in August with Mr. Madden. Some of the informational items that I want to share, I did give you a copy. I just got a virtual academy update from John Caesar. Ms. Beckett and I and met with John a couple times over the summer, talked about some changes and some wishes for that program. I think he's embraced those, and that's just kind of an update, some of the things that he's working on, trying to rebrand our virtual academy. Obviously, we're trying to improve the program, the academics, the graduation rate, get kids across the stage, which he's taking that to heart. We're looking at a new credentialing program, another pathway for those kids to get a diploma through a pre-apprenticeship program. They've got a new VA counselor will be serving those kids, Summer Brown. And the big thing is he's reaching out to kids that are Edgewood residents that attend schools elsewhere, like 106 different phone calls he's made to families, sending them letters. He's got commitments from several, and he's still pursuing those. So we're hoping that the rebranding and the investment in the virtual academy will yield some dividends. And I think our goal is to have the best non-traditional program in the state of Ohio. So, and you've got a paper copy. I also emailed to you because a lot of these are links to like the letters that he sent to families. There's links to press releases that we did. We did some social media marketing regarding the virtual academy. So all that's included. So I just got that last minute today. I'm going to share it with you. Larry Knapp, was brought on board back in February to kind of help just kind of hold down the fort with some of the maintenance things that were going on. And literally, it couldn't have happened at a better time because I think we hired Larry and like a week later is when the flood happened at the primary. So Larry's been very busy and very active, and he's wrapping his time up. I'm starting to, we're transitioning together. But I want to just give you kind of a summation of some of the projects that happened this summer and in the winter with Larry and myself. Every building was impacted. Obviously, the biggest impact is Trenton Elementary, the flood there over at Bayback. And that's a $500,000 insurance claim. So there's still legalities, there's still pushing and shoving and back and forth between the insurance companies, but we are making progress, and the flooring's going down. We're gonna be ready to go for the first day of school. The gym floor is going to be phenomenal. It's going to be a better product in our gym over there for not only the kids in PE, but the activities, cheerleading, basketball, a more of a giving floor that's going to be safer for kids when they fall. We've also done some roofing over there, some HVAC work over there, some painting through a safety grant. We did backflow preventers, had to replace a couple, rebuild a couple. All of these were inspections that had been overlooked that hadn't been done for a couple of years. Edgewood High School, big project going on here. We're in the midst of right now is the geothermal HVAC system. That system is operating on about 40% capacity with multiple modules down, compressors, heat exchangers. So that work is starting as we speak. We're talking $300,000 plus, but this system should be back up to speed at full capacity. We also entered into a service agreement with Weibel to make sure that our investment is protected, that the water, the systems, all the alarms, all the doors that open and close are functioning, because that apparently is part of the problem if we lost some of these compressors and some of these heat exchangers. We're in the middle of the cafeteria floor in the kitchen, the serving area back there. Obviously the building's 15 years old, it's out of warranty, but it appears that the concrete that was under the tile floor in the cafeteria stuck really good to the tile, but it didn't stick very good to the concrete underneath it. So we started to get like little humps, like you could walk and you could feel the give. And then this year it started cracking. So it was just a matter of time. We tore all of that out last week. It's down to bare concrete. We're going back in this week with a epoxy product. It's actually painted down on the floor, and it lasts forever. doing it in 2 phases. The first half of the cafeteria is this summer. We'll do the second half next summer. The back half is a little more involved because that's where all the plumbing, all the sinks, all that stuff has to be detached, gotten off the floor for the demo and the crap, but it'll be as good as new, and it's going to kind of match the rest of the flooring. A better maintenance-free product, and obviously not something we planned on. It's not something we should have had to do. There's really no explanation of why. We thought initially we didn't put enough material on the bottom of the tiles, but when we demoed it, it had plenty of material. It just didn't stick. We don't know why. So that's going on. That's about an $80,000 project. We did roof work here. We had hot water heater repairs here, boiler repairs here, window repairs here, and again, this roof is done and buttoned up. This summer we also did some seal coating. We had some cracks develop from our paving last summer where there was just still some water. We had all that sealed up again to preserve and protect our money. We had a water pipe bust underneath the brand new blacktop down close to the field house. We had to cut that out. Our guys were able to do that, cut it out, dig it out, repair it, but we had to hire the company to come in and redo the back blacktop, so a little bit of cost there, and also the crack filling on the field house. The concession, Scotty will tell you about those improvements down there. We did some paving down there as well.
Did it blend in real nice?
Oh yeah, it's you can't even really tell. It's just a little darker, because we didn't need to like seal coat this year, but it's just a little darker. The hole was maybe 3-foot diameter hole. When Pete's guys came in here to fix it, they cut out in squares. They went back like another 6-8 feet. It was in one parking spot. It impacted now about 4 parking spots because he needed to get it back to solid ground. Otherwise, it would have the tendency to collapse. Those guys are really good. They're really good at what they do, and they did a phenomenal job. So I don't think there's going to be any other issues other than what we hear is that Blue Max, that water pipe, is known to bust at about the age that we are at down there with it. So we're hoping that we don't have future fires of that.
I think it was put in like the late 90s.
Yeah.
They were using it. They usually say it's like 15 to 20 years. So I
That's
think
where we're
you're
at.
probably past the useful life of that.
Yeah, that's where we're at. So at Edgewood Middle School, we purchased a shipping container to store the glycol and some other chemicals for the HVAC systems down in the service area. We did roof repairs. And again, all of our annual inspections. Intermediate school roof cap repairs. We did get a grant, and we're doing security gating and fencing back there. And with that grant, we're adding cameras to the exterior of the building on those playground areas where those fences and gates are at. Again, backflow, fire inspection, all of the other annual inspections. And 7 Mile, a steamer in the kitchen, signage, backflow, and safety zone and curb painting. Larry was really kind of brought in to help us get up to speed, so we are compliant and caught up on all of our annual inspections. That includes elevators, lift stations, grease traps, generators, water quality, local fire department inspections, fire suppression systems, Butler County health inspections, boiler inspections, bleacher inspections, athletic facilities, playground equipment, and wastewater treatment. So a lot of those things have to be done annually. Some of them have to be done semi or every 3 years, but we're good on that. We put together a book, a calendar for not just me, but for the next guy that takes the place. I'm sure John and I had those in place, but we started from scratch there. We also were able to recover $16,000 in FEMA money from our snow removal from our big snowstorm in January. Again, by just turning this stuff to the state. That was state funding, but we were able to recoup $16,000 of that. A new unfunded mandate, Ohio Senate Bill 112. All of your fire doors have to be inspected, and that's something you can pay for, but we chose to allow our local fire chiefs to train our maintenance people to do our annual fire door inspections. So we've done those, we're compliant, and we'll continue to do those annually. And then the move, we're in the midst of the move. Once we get the flooring done, we still got some things to move, but waiting on the finished floor at the Trenton to be able to finally move some of those people from 7 Mile in. But it's going to be close, but I think we're gonna go off without a hitch. Excited about the new school year, the new role. This serving in this role is a big honor, and I appreciate you guys putting your trust in me. And I know it's kind of an emergency situation. I was probably the best available option, but nonetheless, it's been the biggest honor of my life, and I appreciate it. I look forward to my new role. I look forward to working with Jeff. I've enjoyed working with you all, like Eric in the union, and Elisa and Patty. It's an amazing school district. I couldn't be prouder of coming back home. And 38, 39 years here. I'm grateful for the opportunity you gave me. So I just want to thank you guys for that. And I feel good about my replacement. So I'm not leaving you. I'm leaving you in great hands. So thank you again.
Well, thank you, Kurt. I've told you this over and over, like, this has probably been the easiest year that we've had. Just complaints are down, people are happy so far, and like, I think just your personality and your charisma and the connection you have to Edgewood, I think is really the big part of that. So we appreciate you coming in and taking over at such a horrible time. I mean, it was really awful. You really started like kind of down in the dumps, and I think we've just an incredible turnaround. So
it's just an amazing community. I was gone for 24 years, and people treated me like I never left. It was like I never stepped out of here, and just the trust and just like I said, the connections, they never went away. And that's when I tell the kids when they graduate, welcome to the Edgewood Army of alumni, because it is. It's a family. I've never seen anything like it in this community. That's why, like I said, I'm optimistic about the future. Despite our challenges, I'm optimistic about the future, and I think the board's decision to take a different path, a bold path, a courageous path, to not try to backpedal and cut like we've been doing, but to try to make improvements was smart, and I think it'll pay dividends.
Going back along with what Amy was talking about, I've known who you were since I was over 50 years. Your mother was my second grade teacher many years ago, and I knew who you were for quite a long time. But I didn't really get to know you until I became a board member, and I really got to know you, and I consider you to be a good friend over this last year. And I don't think we can talk about it enough. We really did not hand you a good situation, and if you'd have told me 18 months ago that we would be sitting where we're at right now, I don't know that I would have believed it. I think it's just a testament to your person, who you are as a person, and the fact that you were willing to step aside so that we could bring Jeff on and start building a future based off of the foundation that you've put in place. I just very fortunate that we had you in this district to help us out when we needed you that way. So I really appreciate all that you did.
no.
That's all I got.
You sure it's your last time? Like, you don't want to.
I'll just sit back in the back and be quiet like everybody else. If Mr. Madden makes me come to the board meetings, which I'm sure he will. Right,
You'll be here, correct?
Yeah.
All right, next up is items from board members. Mr. Thomas.
Well, we'll play off what you just said, Kurt. I was waiting for this.
Okay.
First of all, does Kelly watch these board meetings?
I don't think so.
You better hope she does. The biggest thrill, maybe she probably ain't free to that. That's okay. I'll call her. No, I just talked to Curtis today about the business ops stuff, so I don't have anything to report on that because he's new. But I found something I thought was interesting. Hopefully you guys do. If you don't, you of course let me know as you would. But if you remember when this kind of relates to Curtis and Patty and Mrs. Beckett and the rest of the board. Can be commented. We had a work session, what was it, the end of January, 1st of February. I can't remember the exact date of that.
It was like the 12th of January, if I remember right.
But on there was academic performance and student outcomes, academic improvement planning, alternate specialized programs like the Virtual Academy, which by the way, this was an excellent newsletter. that's went out, school climate and student engagement, enrollment and district structure, financial and operational review, and also we talked about communication with staff and community. So, as you know, we get these emails from time to time. And the Ohio School Board Association sent out this email, I think about a week ago. Believe it or not, I read all this stuff because I don't have anything else to do. And I don't want to stay, before I get out of the house so I can stay married, I read my emails. And they sent out an email and they said that 5 questions every board member should ask. Are students learning and improving? How are we doing financially? Are we communicating effectively with our community? And are we operating as a unified governance team? And it says, what challenges are coming next? Dedicate a work session in discussing enrollment shifts, assessment data, facility projects, policy implementation and review, district goals for other critical issues where your school district will face down the road. Effective school boards do not simply respond to problems. They anticipate them by using their 5 essential questions, these 5 essential questions. And maybe I'm bragging on us a little bit. Okay, humble brag, maybe that's okay to use that, but I can't say enough about this work session was almost spot on to this newsletter that you 3 brought in. You had data, information, and since that day, it just seems like every meeting we're starting to see the progress continue to move on. We talked about accountability, holding ourselves accountable, all of us and stuff. And I just wanted to congratulate you, all of you. And Curtis, thank you as well. And actually all the board, because I think we're moving in the right direction. It's not FedEx, it's not going to happen overnight, but there are things, there'll be some low-hanging fruit we can pick up. Great financial report tonight, one of the better ones we've had since I've been back, and things look really bright, and they look extremely bright. Like you said, it's a pleasure to be here, but it's going to be a good time, good year. So that's all I got.
Thank you. Mr. Fall?
Very well said. Very well said. I still have my notes from that night here. I keep them on my list. And everybody always asks me, even through the summer, through the spring school, into the school year as I begin on the board, but just asking how it's going. And every time I gotta say, really good. Like, not saying there's not challenges there, but obviously the productivity and some of the unity and the positive direction that it feels like it is going is there. And I know we got stuff to work on, and thank you is never enough, but thank you. So very much appreciated and look forward to all that in the future. I know I do not have any specific funding or political things to share, but I wanted to share, and I don't want to step on Amy's toes with FFA, but I want to brag a little bit about the Butler County Fair going on, and that consumes our world right now, as we've been there since probably last Thursday, 24/7 nonstop, and we'll go through this week. But as it pertains to Edgewood, I know there's at least 4 board of directors from our community that direct that overall county reaching program. And they're doing some really good things, but more importantly, the hundreds, not just FFA members, but all the 4-H clubs. And it's just amazing to see the young people that succeed in our school every day get to go to participate in those kind of activities with not just animals, but all kinds of different projects, a whole nother level of continual education. And there's also an education of family bonding time in the barn that you cannot get anywhere else with some of those summer projects. And people do talk about that quite a bit. I know we got an invitation from Ms. Beiser to come participate. I know on Wednesday, if you can't make a Wednesday, please find a time to go. They would love to have you and take you around whatever day it is to show you a lot of the projects. But we have a lot of Edgewood community involved in that, from, like I said, the directors to the students to the families, and it's just once again, we're all about education, right, and involvement, and there's no better spotlight or highlight than this week at that fair. So if you have a chance to check it out, I please encourage you to do so.
Kevin, what's the deal Wednesday? Because I'm looking for the email, because
It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday tomorrow.
Sorry.
I can't do it tomorrow, but maybe Wednesday.
I'm sure if you get a hold of her, you can go in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to get down there.
They offered 3 different times to come down and actually be hosted by one of the FFA students to take you around and show you not only the animal projects, but all the special interest and the mechanical projects, the gardening projects, all that. And
Dude, they're all tomorrow though.
gave it some flexibility, but they also said if you could not, you can contact Ms. Beiser and she can coordinate any time to do so.
Yeah, I'm sure she would do that.
I've done it every year since I've been on the board. This will be the first year that I'll miss. I'm not able to make it because some commitments at work, but I would encourage, Doug's always there, Alex is always there. For anybody that's in that board office, run them out at some point tomorrow and send them down there, because it's cool to see what our kids do.
Yeah, we had Doug Egan walking a goat one year, so it was pretty interesting.
I'll see if I'm able to go Wednesday or Thursday. I've got a little surgery tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Our FFA chapter and their families are also sponsoring all of the volunteer help at the pork producers booth. So I think there's also some opportunities there. Would love to buy anybody who comes a pork chop, as I will be volunteering and working there after some animal shows from 2 to 4. I'm sure it'll be warm.
It runs all the rest of the week, through
Yeah.
Friday through Saturday? or-
Through Saturday.
Through Saturday, okay.
But tomorrow's clearly the day to try to go if you're available. For anybody that I know you can't, but for anybody that can.
Okay.
All right.
I have to admit, like Kevin did, every time I see somebody who hasn't seen me in a while, they're like, how's it going on school board? Do you still like it? And I'm like, yes. I said, you know, we I do think that we are doing so many positive things, and I'm so thankful to those teachers who gave up summer to do summer school. I think that was a really great thing to bring back. I've been walking and I see all these little energetic kids jump out of the car at 8:30, and I'm thinking, oh, these teachers, God bless them. But yeah, that, and I just really do feel like we're doing some things in the right direction, and I'm also thankful for, and it just went right out my mind and I did not write it down. But I'll think of it later. But anyways, I've enjoyed my time. I've enjoyed working with Curtis. I mean, I would have never ever thought you and I would be sitting up here when we were in high school. But it's really neat to be up here to see that what we're giving back to our roots. And so just really thankful to be here.
Good. Do you have anything?
I brought this up a long time ago, and Curtis, it's really for you, it'd be more for Jeff as he kind of transitions in. You know, I listened to what you were talking about with all the different projects, and I would be super excited to see what is going on over at Trenton Elementary. And there's been a lot of work really in all the buildings, and I'm in this building a lot, and with a incoming freshman, I'll be in this building a lot more next year. I spend a lot of time at the middle school, but I don't go to EIS, I don't go to Trenton Elementary, I don't go to 7 Mile Elementary. I think it would be and I don't like to just show up, because I know when board members show up, I kind of feel like I'm a distraction to day-to-day operations, and I don't like to do that. But I think it might be cool if we consider, you know, at some point, maybe over the next several months, maybe look at hosting a board meeting in one of those buildings, so we can maybe see the work that's been done. I just think that might be a really good idea to go see our other buildings. And
It's a great idea.
so
do them in all the buildings.
yeah, I just thought maybe like through that. I don't know if the technology is there to support it. I would assume it probably is, but if we thought we could do that, I think that'd be kind of a cool thing to do.
Make sure you broadcast to everybody, show up here, like, if you cancel the board meeting, no, I'm kidding.
I just like, you know, I keep hearing about the floor and all that, you know, I think it's just gonna be cool to see, so I think it'd be a great idea to try to do that if the, of course, I don't wanna impose on the buildings either, but if that was something that was on the table, I'd like to do that. And then, you know, the other thing is, you know, the next time we're all sitting on this stage, we're gonna be back in school. Hopefully we've got at least one win under our belt on Friday nights, and you know, classes will be all going, and it'll be kind of back into the grind of things. And honestly, I just look and I'm like, where did the summer go? It went by really fast. But you know, I do recognize, you know, Lori, you brought it up, all the hard work that's been going on, you know, and all the commitment and stuff. And I wanted to say something about that, because, you know, over this past summer, and maybe it's just where I'm getting my news or the things I'm seeing, but there's just been so many things in the news about students getting in trouble or getting hurt, or teachers getting in trouble, or just different things, problems in school districts, all over the area. And we weren't in the headlines on any of those things. And, I do think that's I do feel like this district does a really good job of molding and mentoring kids. And, I've got a little girl that comes home every night and talks about, what's going on inside the building that she's in. And there are teachers out there that are having a tremendous impact on her. There's the same names come up every night about, just how much she enjoys being in their classes and stuff like that. And I really think, as we come into this, into this school year, it's just important to remember that, we are building a community and we're building another generation of kids. And, our teachers, our staff, our bus drivers, our administrators are all a big part of that. And I think a lot of the success that you alluded to that we've had over the last year or so, we can say that happens in the board office, but it's happening across 5 buildings all over this district. So I'm just super excited to get back into school again, but I think it's worth mentioning that, we've had a pretty good run, and not a lot of heartache, drama, controversy, or anything like that. And it's a testament to our kids and people that work here.
Mrs. Barnes remembered what she was going
I
to say.
remembered what I was gonna say. The community has really stepped up to help. Mrs. Halsey puts on the Community Connect for Baybeck. I have 5 big boxes of school supplies in my house where, because I offered to go pick some up. Dollar General in 7 Mile was super generous. I believe your church is collecting, I haven't got theirs yet, but and even in Wayne Township, we've got them. The community is, it's ran through the EMA. And I can't say enough about the EMA. They're small but mighty. The city has really stepped up to help them as well. We were able to purchase over 400 book bags for children. So if you know anybody or know an organization that needs to do some community service, donate school supplies, you can drop them off. There's all kinds of locations at the city building. Wayne Township has one, 7 Mile has one. A lot of the churches, if you go to any of the churches, they're holding them for us. So it's been a real blessing to just kind of work with so many different people.
All right. Well, I don't have anything over and above what I said to Curtis. That was my spiel. So just welcome to Mr. Madden next week, or next month.
Next week.
So next week. Let's look at next week. But again, I'm sad to see you go, but I'm glad you're sticking around. So, All right. With that, we will look to move to executive session to consider the employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, or the investigation of charges or complaints against a public employee, official, licensee, or regulated individual. Is there a motion to go to executive session? Mrs. Barnes, is there a second? Mr. Fall. Ms. Bowers, call the roll, please.
Mrs. Lori Barnes?
Yes.
Mr. Kevin Fall?
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt?
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. It is 6:50 p.m.
We're back in regular session.
It is 8:36.
So we need a motion to approve the supplemental salary schedule as presented.
So moved.
Mr. Thomas, Mr. Messerschmidt.
Mr. John Thomas?
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes?
Yes.
Mr. Kevin Fall?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We need a motion to approve the administration certified, classified, exempt, and supplemental nominations as presented.
So moved.
Mr. Fall. Mrs. Barnes.
Second.
Mr. Kevin Fall?
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes?
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt?
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We are looking for a motion to approve the last chance agreement as presented. Do I need to say who it's for? No? Okay. As presented.
So moved.
Oh, Ms. Barnes.
Second.
Mr. Messerschmidt.
Mrs. Lori Barnes?
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Mr. Kevin Fall?
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
We need a motion to approve the job descriptions as presented.
So moved.
Mr. Fall, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Thomas?
Mr. Kevin Fall?
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes?
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
All right, at this time we'll look for a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Mr. Fall?
Second.
Mr. Thomas?
Mr. Kevin Fall?
Yes.
Mr. John Thomas?
Yes.
Mrs. Amy Ashcraft?
Yes.
Mrs. Lori Barnes?
Yes.
Mr. Mark Messerschmidt?
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. It is 8:38 p.m.